Laura?
Yeah.
Laura,
What's up?
stop fighting the air and
What's
listen
up?
to me.
What's up?
You gotta go to an estate sale.
I know, I'm going to an estate sale because it's fall. Look at how gorgeous it is out. I mean, look at that tree right there, Janine. Look at it.
I was already
Can you zoom
panning
in?
to it.
Can you zoom in on that
Can
tree?
I zoom in? There's some autumn leaves
See
right there.
what color that is? What color is that, Janine? What color is that?
That's a beautiful orange.
You know what orange means?
Pumpkins?
Orange means pumpkins. Pumpkins means fall. Fall means estate sales. That's not true. Estate sales happen all year long. But today I'm going by myself. Jean's staying behind. But I'm really intrigued because there's a lot of stuff at the sale. There looks like there's like action figures and games and maybe a little bit of vintage holiday sprinkled in. So we're going to go take a look at what's in this estate sale. Bring you guys along and hopefully come back with a big bag of goodies for Janine and I to go through and show you guys. So let's head into this estate sale together. Let's go. This is the home of the estate sale. It's a big house and it is filled with action figures, toys, board games, tons of collectibles. And when I got there, there was a ton left, even though there were a ton of people and they were all buying a lot of things. Obviously, there's just so much here and I really don't know what I'm looking at. I wish Janine was here with me because she would have known a bit more than I do. I came across some dinosaurs, but they were priced and a lot of things were priced and I think they were priced a little high for my liking. I touched this dinosaur and it had something on it. It's a little sticky, so I'm making sure this dinosaur isn't sticky before touching it. But yeah, there's just so many collectibles here, guys. Like, there's definitely stuff worth a lot of money and people were scanning books. There were definitely collectors here, so I sort of just like stuck to what I know and just looked at everything else that was interesting. I did come here for a specific reason because I saw these two little ceramic angels in the listing and I was so surprised to see that they were actually still there. 2 for $10. So these are birthday angels and what makes them special is that they're October, so they're Halloween themed, so they're more desirable than other months and I obviously picked these up. Even though the majority of the estate sale was like action figures and collectibles, they did have a bit of a section with vintage toys and children's items. But they were all, for the most part, individually marked. These puppets I thought were really cool. They even had Popeye, which I thought was interesting. And then I came across the Christmas room. I really didn't know that there was a Christmas room. Had I known, I probably would have searched for it sooner. There wasn't too much. There were definitely some vintage ornaments, but my eye immediately caught this little elf guy. He's almost like a knee hugger, but not quite. He's actually even holding a sack of toys, and I love his lashes. So he obviously went into the bag. And then I'm just sort of scanning the rest of the table to see if there's anything else. These little characters were sort of cute. I think they're really adorable, actually. I didn't pick them up, and then when I came around to the room a second time, they were gone. So somebody else probably got them, which is great. And then I'm just taking a look at everything else. I don't know if you guys see those tree reflectors were marked $20, and they weren't really in good condition at all. So the prices here were, I guess, on the higher end. But I'm still hopeful that I can make a deal with the things that I picked up. When I'm looking for vintage Christmas, when Jean and I go out, we're looking for items that are from anywhere from like literally the turn of the century, which is very rare to find, all the way through to the 70s. So a lot of this in front of me is newer things and ornaments from, the 90s, 2000s, and today. But you can see there was a little corner of ornaments, which I did take a look at. 15 for those wasn't too bad, but I was interested in these boxes that they had marked for 15 to 25. It was just a little high for what I would like to pay, but I did notice that in this box there was a diorama 3D ornament. It's a deer, but its head is broken off. But these are really collectible. These can resell for $20 to $30 in themselves. So I was thinking, well, maybe I can make a whole box of them for $25. That would be quite a steal. If they would allow me to do that. So I'm looking over the other boxes, but the only other diorama one was broken, so I just didn't think it was really worth it. I put them back. Saw this bottle brush tree in really poor condition. It's a Japan one. It's really nice. If it was in better condition, I probably would have picked it up. There was a sprinkling of Pyrex. I don't know if the prices for those were good. I'm so out of touch with Pyrex prices nowadays. Let me know in the comments. Were those prices for the Pyrex good? Was it a steal? Was it a bit of a savings? Or was it marked eBay prices? I really don't know. But I did make my way upstairs and this house was so big. I almost got turned around a few times. I made my way into this room that just had some miscellaneous items. And my eye immediately was drawn to this jack-o'-lantern, of course, and this action figure that was just hidden away. He sort of caught my eye. I looked him up. He wasn't really worth too much, so eventually I did end up leaving him behind. I then made my way into a new room with a bunch of hats and in the middle of the room was a bunch of clothing and just textiles. And most of this actually was vintage for the most part. I came across first these scarves that I looked at, and I do like to look at vintage clothes when I'm at estate sales. Even though I don't film it a ton and I don't really resell clothes at all, sometimes I'll pick up a piece or two. There were even tons of board games hidden away in the upstairs, like just tons and tons of board games. And board games I've never heard of. So this person was really into their board games. I almost wanted to like pick up one to play, but I didn't just because of the prices. But I did come across a little card game that I'll show you guys that I picked up for Janine and I to play. But it's just amazing. Like this is a true collection, and people were picking them up. There were definitely some that were worth money and definitely could have been flipped. But I know nothing about them. I was actually looking for Halloween ones. Didn't find any, but I did come across this really cute Snoopy vintage sweater. I would have picked it up, but it was tiny, so small. It could have literally fit a child. Same with this dress. Like it looks bigger on camera, but it was really, really small. And my thoughts behind not picking up those was that it would be hard to resell such a small size. I did come across this Princeton University shirt, which was vintage. I did pick this one up because I thought maybe because it's a university piece, it would resell. Where somebody might want to wear the Snoopy or the mushroom dress, maybe somebody would be more willing to just like hang up or display a Princeton shirt rather than actually wear it. So that was my reasoning for that. I came across some baby clothes which were so cute, and like at the time I was contemplating picking them up to resell. I just like love them. I think they're so cute, but we're really not in the vintage clothing space. I'm sure there are people who are and could pick these up and do well with them, but for us it's really knowing what can resell for us, or just what sells well on eBay, if we're not selling on Whatnot. And I just didn't feel like it, so I just took a look at these really cute baby clothes. These are probably from like the 50s and 60s as well. Some of them might have even been handmade, which was amazing. I went back down into this first room that you walk into in the house that again was just filled with so many like action figures and board games. There was just like stimulation overload here. And I went to this box that you'll see in a second right here, that had masks, and I took a second look at them and dug through, and I found this, guys. This is a vintage Creature from the Black Lagoon mask. I'm pretty sure it's a Ben Cooper. We'll talk more about it in the haul because obviously I picked that one up. That is an incredible find. I was really excited at this point, but continued looking with the mask carefully placed next to me at all times. I didn't put it in my bag. I was afraid I would crush it, but I saw some books, children's books, that looked familiar. Janine has picked one of those up before in the past, but I didn't pick up any of those at the time. I did then come across this bin of plush and older toys. I thought this penguin with the lenticular eye was so cute. I've never really seen anything like it before. And there was just a few different vintage plush, probably from the 50s or 60s, and some plastic toys. I spotted this little, probably Rosbro, little rattle or bunny toy for Easter. And this little doll was really cute. Fairy tale dolls made in Hong Kong. Screamed 70s to me. She was really cute. I was hoping to find some more vintage plastic toys like that Easter bunny, but I came across this really cool vinyl deer. I thought she was really cute and could be displayed for Christmas, so I added her to my growing pile. I started growing a little pile and I didn't really mean to. I didn't think I was going to find too much at this sale, but there's actually some hidden things. I thought this was maybe a Stife, but it ended up being a dream pet, so I left him behind. And that was basically all I found in this bin. Spotted an older Ouija board. It was marked 30 and really beat up. I was surprised it was so expensive. I mean, those are definitely worth money. Maybe not as much as these though. Magic Realm for 100. But in the condition that the Ouija board was in, it just obviously wasn't worth $30 to me. And yeah, everywhere you look, there were action figures and collectibles. That Bride of Frankenstein caught my eye for $5, but I didn't end up picking her up. Just took a look at her. And then I glanced over these tables again. There were a lot of people at the sale. A lot of them were just standing, scanning books or like looking up comps for things that they had, which I totally understand, but it made it a little hard to like navigate the sale. So I bent down and saw this little box of, I guess, assorted toys already in bags, which like, I get it. It makes it easier to sell this stuff, but like, what if you don't want everything in there, or you want to, mix things up in the bag? So, and they were also sort of pricey, $35. I mean, maybe these things went together and sort of matched. It was also the first day of the sale, so maybe, in the later days they'll break them up and sell them individually. But I did come across this bag, which I found really interesting, and I was like, it's $10. Let's buy it and see what's in it. So stick around to the haul to see what's in this little bag and to learn more about this amazing find. Like, I am so excited about this, guys. It's a great find.
Where is Laura? I can't seem to find her.
This is a great find.
Yeah. Holy cow, Laura.
Holy cow, indeed. I'm pretty sure this is a Ben Cooper mask. Ben Cooper made a bunch of the 1970s masks and Halloween costumes that are very collectible, and this guy is a very collectible one in himself. This is the creature from the Black Lagoon, Universal Monsters.
Wow.
Honestly, I couldn't find too many comps, surprisingly. I did come across a comp for this one with like the original outfit. I think it was like $250 that it sold for.
No way.
Yeah. I'm not sure about him on his own. Obviously, when you're looking for Halloween vintage costumes, if you come across these, the masks are going to be the most valuable or collectible part of the costume. If I had found the smock or the outfit that came with this and not the mask, it's not as valuable as finding just the mask. So I couldn't believe this. And guys, I didn't even tell you how much I paid for this. Janine, do you know how much I paid for this?
No, I'm guessing
It was a little pricey there.
15. I'm thinking of like, how much do I think Laura would spend on this? So I'm thinking like between $10 to $15 is what I think you would pick up a mask for.
And I would. That's honestly like a really good price for this mask. I was expecting $15 to $25 because of all the other prices. I paid $5 for him.
No.
Yeah, I could not believe it. I know. He was like,
that is, oh my god, that is wild.
it's
Laura.
wild. I know. He was like, I think the whole thing was marked. It wasn't. Like, we were selling them all together, so there was one price, there was no price on any of them. So he's like, let me go check. And he was like, I couldn't find basically the price, so let's do $5. And I was like, okay, I'll do $5. I also want to say that this is in really good condition. Like, there are a few cracks maybe throughout. It doesn't have its original elastic, but a lot of the times we find these and they are like brittle, broken, worn. This is like a really good condition one. But yeah, this is a really great mask. It's super collectible. It's such a fun one too, just like the colors and everything on it. These masks are very collectible. Definitely keep an eye out for them. I think they made like creature from the Black Lagoon masks that are even like newer that are still collectible. It's just like a really collectible and sought after Universal monster, I guess. So this was definitely the find of the day.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm blown away and speechless.
We're gonna be keeping this in the collection if I didn't say that already. Do you want to see the rest of what I got?
Yeah, I do.
The one thing that actually drew me into the sale and the reason why I went in the first place was because I spotted these in the listing. There were 2 vintage ceramic angels. Well, these are birthday angels, so they made one for every month, and most cases the October ones are Halloween themed and they are pretty collectible. These can resell anywhere from like $30 to close to $100 depending on the maker. This one is made in Japan, is not marked by a maker. I don't think it's a Lefton or a Napco, but I thought she was really cute.
Yeah, she has a great face. She's holding a jack-o'-lantern, which is like really cute. It's kind of giving me like a side eye almost. A little bit of a
cheeky
cutie. Yeah, a little cheeky guy.
Cheeky. So this is great. I'm probably gonna keep one and pass another one along. And 2 for $10.
That's interesting that there were 2 of them.
Maybe there was 2 October birthdays in the household, but 2 for $10, great price.
Fabulous price.
If you can pick these up for under $10 anywhere, like that's a great score. So I was very happy to even have these there. When I showed up, it was about like 10 to 20 minutes after the sale had already started, so that was really exciting. I picked up a few toys, 2 of which you guys saw in the video, and I actually completely forgot that I picked up this little like devil puppet. He has like lenticular eyes. He was with the other puppets, but he wasn't priced. So I picked him up and I probably paid like $1 or $2 for him.
He looks very much like, I have a puppet. It is a devil, made in Japan, but it has a vinyl face, and it's very similar in the shape of its face. I wish I had that with me so we could compare them.
Yeah, I was surprised to see this. This is probably from like the 60s or early 70s. Cool Halloween pickup. And then you guys saw the little vinyl deer. How cute. It even has its little soft skin tag right there. This is probably from the 60s or 50s. And so is this little like Rosbro rattle bunny. Really cute for Easter. And yeah, the prices on these were good. Anything that was unmarked, they seemed to get sort of a score on, so I was happy to get these and pick these up. This is a really unique elf. It's all plush. It's almost like a doll, not quite a knee hugger, because he's not literally hugging his knees. So he's like a plush little elf. I love his lashes and the detailing in his eyes and the way they were painted. Nice. Yeah, he's really cute. He's most likely made in Japan, even though he's not marked.
There's a little package on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's got a little present in there peeking out, and he's holding a tree. He's really cute and sweet. Missing a bell, but otherwise in really good condition. This is the game I mentioned in the video that I picked up for Janine and I to play. It's called Gloom by Keith Baker. I have no idea what it is. I just saw that it was 2 to 4 players, and it sort of reminded me of the Addams Family. So I picked it up for us to play, Janine.
Very nice. It looks like a fun game.
Yeah, it's got these like I guess lenticular or see-through rather cards. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you guys know this game or recognize it, have played it, let us know in the comments below. But totally new to us, but I thought it would be fun to just try out.
And if you're curious about the game, I'll flip it over. And you could pause to read it if you're interested.
Like I said in the footage, I picked up this Princeton University shirt only because I thought maybe a hardcore Princeton collector would like to display with this. It's not in like the best condition. But I just thought it was so unique, and like I never come across like vintage university like apparel, so I just had to. I'm gonna take a gander at it online, throw it up on eBay during the holidays. Maybe somebody will buy it. I don't even know what to list it for. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. There's a lot of fun clothing there, and yeah, it's not like there's a major stain right on the Princeton University emblem, so I was happy to pick it up. Here's the little bag of goodies you guys saw in the footage. I picked it up for one reason in particular. And it's because there's a bunch of these like metal bug pins that are made in Japan.
Trigger warning if this sort of stuff scares you or creeps you out.
Creeps me out a little bit actually, to be honest, but I think they're a little bit more cool than they are creepy. So I'm gonna lay everything out and show you guys. So yeah, here's everything that was in the bag. I mainly picked it up because I saw these little bug pins, like I had said. Cool. They're pretty cool. I think they have a name. They're like litho metal bug pins made in Japan, not too sure, but I thought they were really cool, and I thought maybe if I even like sold some of these, it'd pay for the whole bag, which is $10. I don't know if there's any value in these, but I thought they were really cool. That's what caught my eye in the bag, as well as this Bigfoot Lives pin. I love that. I'll probably keep that pin. The rest of them are national parks for the most part. You've got Yellowstone in there, Zion, I think it's pronounced Zion, correct me if I'm wrong, and some historical sites. So again, like if I could just resell these pins, you know, for a couple bucks each, I'll make my money back. I was comfortable spending $10 on the bag. Look at that Olympic National Park one. The Washington State one. There are some nice pins in the lot. So this was just like a fun little bag to pick up just to see what was inside. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and just me. Janine, if you had come, I think we would have come home with a lot more stuff. Oh, so no. Maybe it was best that I just went. I mean, there were so many action figures and stuff that I had no idea, but there were dinosaurs too, but they were pricey. What? They were pricey, so you really didn't miss out on too much. But thank you guys so much for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.